Have you ever felt like something inside you is on the verge of bursting, but you can't quite put your finger on what it is? Imagine this for a moment. You're going through life, doing all the things you're supposed to. Everything on the surface seems to be in order. But then, without warning, a spark ignites within you. It's not just a fleeting thought, it's a powerful, almost overwhelming feeling, as if your very soul were shouting, "Wake up, there is more for you." That precise moment, that internal call, is something the great Carl Jung explored decades ago. And what he uncovered wasn't buried in dusty old books or hidden behind complicated theories. No, the truth he found is something far more intimate. It's inside you. It's waiting, quietly, patiently, for you to hear it. And when you finally do, when your sense of self begins to grow, you come to a remarkable realization. Nothing can stop you. That's what we're diving into today, because this isn't just another video. This is an invitation to peel back the layers of your own existence and awaken the deeper version of yourself that's been waiting in silence. Think about it. How many times have you felt like something just doesn't quite fit? Maybe you're in a relationship that looks perfect on social media, but once you turn off your phone, a quiet emptiness lingers, one you can't quite explain. Or maybe you've got the kind of job people envy, one that brings applause and admiration from those around you. But every morning, there's that heaviness, an invisible weight on your chest that you can't seem to shake off. Jung, a revolutionary thinker who transformed how we understand the human mind, would tell you this: you're not crazy, you're not weak, you're not being dramatic. What you're feeling is your unconscious mind trying to speak to you, whispering truths that your conscious mind isn't ready to accept. And here's the powerful truth. When you begin to listen to that voice, really listen, and allow yourself to love and value who you truly are, everything starts to shift. Let's talk about you. Yes, you, the one watching or listening right now. You're not just another viewer. You're someone with a story, someone with dreams, with wounds, with quiet battles that maybe you've never told a single soul about. Jung believed that within each of us is an entire universe, one made of both light and shadow, and that universe defines who we are and how we experience life. But here's the catch. Most of us are taught to ignore it. We've been conditioned to seek approval from others, to measure our worth by likes and followers, by praise, by paychecks, by how well we fit in. Sound familiar? I thought it might. And you're not alone. I've been there too, trapped in that endless hamster wheel of comparison, perfection, and performance. But Jung offered us a way out. He spoke of something called individuation, a process not of becoming perfect, but of becoming whole. He was telling us, in essence, stop trying to be who the world wants you to be. Start becoming who you really are. And when you finally do that, when you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, "I am worthy, I deserve more," something magical happens. Your self-esteem doesn't just improve, it takes off like a rocket. Can you imagine what life would be like if you woke up every morning with that feeling? I'm not talking about arrogance. I'm talking about a solid, unshakable love for yourself. A love so deep that no criticism, no rejection, no bad day could take it away. Take a breath. Right now. Inhale, exhale. What are you feeling? Is there something in your life that weighs heavily on you? A relationship that drains you? A fear that paralyzes you? A whispering doubt that keeps saying you're not enough? Stay with me, because we're going to explore all of that together. Jung believed that our unconscious mind isn't an enemy. It's a guide. a wise inner companion that speaks to us through symbols, dreams, and even those strange gut feelings we often ignore. Have you ever had a dream you couldn't forget? Or a sudden intuition that warned you against something, and later you realized it was right? That's not a coincidence. That's your unconscious trying to guide and protect you. Now let's talk about something many people fear: the shadow. Those parts of you that you hide away because you think they're ugly, shameful, or unacceptable. Jung called this the shadow. But here's the twist: it's not something bad. Your shadow might be the anger that rises when you're treated unfairly, the sadness that hits without a clear reason, even the envy you hate admitting. Guess what? We all have those shadows. I have them. You have them. Even the people who seem like they've got it all figured out have them. Jung taught us something radical. Don't run from your shadow. Embrace it. Because when you stop pretending it doesn't exist and say, yes, this is part of me too, you become more whole, more real, more powerful. Picture yourself standing at a crossroads. One path is bright, lined with signs that promise guaranteed success, full of people cheering you on saying, this is the right way. The other path is dark, uncertain, shrouded in mist. No promises, no guarantees. Most people take the first path. It's safer, it's comfortable, it's what's expected. But Jung would say, hold on, that second path, the one you fear, that's the path that leads you back to yourself. And once you begin walking it, once you summon the courage to face your fears and love yourself, flaws and all, your self-esteem becomes unstoppable. Have you ever felt drained after spending time with someone? Like they somehow sucked the life out of you without even saying much? Maybe it's a friend who constantly criticizes you, a partner who never really listens, a boss who makes you feel small. Jung wouldn't call that bad luck. He'd call it a sign. Your unconscious is trying to tell you something vital. Protect me. Take care of me. Don't let anyone dim your light. Because your energy, yes, yours, is sacred. It's what gives you life. It's what drives you to get up each day, to love, to create, to dream. And when you start protecting that energy, when you learn to say no to what drains you and yes to what feeds your soul, something extraordinary happens. You feel unstoppable. Think about a relationship in your life that isn't working. The repeated arguments, the silent treatments that hurt more than words, that constant sense of swimming against the current. How many times have you told yourself, I just need to try harder. Maybe it's my fault. Stop. Breathe. What if it's not about trying harder? What if it's about listening deeper to yourself, to that inner voice you've been silencing for too long? What if the most powerful thing you can do isn't to keep pushing, but to finally pause, reflect, and choose yourself? Because at the heart of Jung's message, that's what it all comes down to. Choosing you. Choosing to look within instead of outward. Choosing to make peace with your past. Choosing to honor your truth, your wounds, your strengths, and your shadows. And when you do that, when you truly accept yourself, you unlock a level of freedom and strength that nothing in the external world can offer. So ask yourself, are you ready? Not to be perfect, not to have it all figured out, but to be real, to be whole, to finally come home to who you are. If the answer is yes, then keep going, because this is just the beginning. Let me tell you something that Carl Jung would understand perfectly. Not everything in life is meant to be saved. Sometimes letting go is not giving up. It's freeing yourself. It's a powerful message you send to your unconscious mind saying, I deserve peace. I deserve love. I deserve to be me. And when you finally release what no longer aligns with your soul, you open a door to something better, to something that fits the person you're becoming. This isn't just my opinion. It's something life itself keeps trying to show us. Let's keep going. Have you ever stopped to wonder why certain people just get under your skin? That coworker who always has something critical to say. That family member who judges you every chance they get. Or maybe that partner who always seems to push your buttons in exactly the right or wrong way. Jung had a fascinating explanation for this. Projection. What annoys you in others? What sets off your emotional alarms? What frustrates or irritates you? It's often a reflection of something unresolved within yourself, something hidden, something you haven't been willing to face. Sounds strange? Stay with me, because this idea has the power to shift not only how you relate to others, but how you see yourself. Pause. Breathe again. Before we move forward, I want to take a moment to share something with you. My book is now available. It's filled with guidance, insights, and tools to help you break through emotional blocks and learn how to love yourself more deeply. You'll find the link in the description and in the pinned comment. Now let's keep going. Think about someone who irritates you deeply. Picture them. What exactly is it that bothers you? Is it their selfishness, their insecurity, their constant need to control? Now here comes the tough question. Brace yourself. Is there a part of you, even a small one, that shares some of those traits? Maybe not something you'd openly admit, but Jung would say that your anger isn't just about them. It's a clue, a sign pointing toward your shadow, the parts of yourself you've tried to ignore or suppress. But here's the magic. When you begin to explore those parts, when you sit with yourself and say, okay, I'm ready to look at this, transformation happens. You start healing. And in that process, something remarkable unfolds. Your self-worth begins to grow in a way you've never experienced before. Because you're no longer hiding from yourself. You're embracing the entirety of who you are, shadows and all. Let's talk about self-love. Not the superficial kind you see on social media. Not just mantras and pretty captions. I'm talking about real self-love. The kind that hurts. The kind that challenges you. The kind that forces you to stand in front of the mirror, look into your own eyes, and say, I love you. I love you completely. Even with your cracks, your flaws, your scars. Jung believed something profound. You cannot truly love another person more than you love yourself. Read that again. If you're in a relationship where you feel small, where you have to hide parts of who you are, where you have to pretend in order to be accepted, then that's not love. That's a transaction. And you, the person hearing this right now, you deserve more. You deserve a love that lifts you up, that inspires you, that sees you for who you really are, and lets you be that person without condition. Now here's what happens when your self-worth begins to rise. Your relationships start to change. Suddenly, you stop tolerating things you once thought you had to accept. You say no, and you say it without guilt. You start drawing boundaries with clarity and calm. And just like that, you begin attracting people who truly see you, who genuinely value you, who respect you without needing you to change. It's almost as if the universe steps in and says, finally, you got it. Now, here's what you truly deserve. But to get to that point, you have to do the inner work. You have to peel off the masks you've been wearing. Let go of the excuses. Walk away from the relationships that tie you to a version of yourself that no longer feels true. Imagine this. You're at a party, surrounded by laughter, conversation, music. Everyone tells you how lucky you are, how good your life looks, and yet deep inside, there's an emptiness, a hollowness you can't explain. Jung would say that this emptiness is your unconscious calling you home, not to a place, but to yourself. That empty feeling isn't there to punish you. It's there to wake you up, and the way to fill it is not with more noise, more likes, more distractions. It's through authenticity. It's through truth. It's through sitting in silence, tuning in, and asking yourself, what do I really want? What makes me come alive? What am I holding on to that no longer serves me? Let's do something together. A small exercise. Close your eyes just for a moment. Think about a dream you once had, something you really wanted to do, to be, to experience, but that somewhere along the way you let go of. Maybe it was the dream to travel the world, to write a book, to start a business, or maybe just to live more freely, more fully. Do you see it now? Now ask yourself, why did I let that go? Was it fear? Was it what others would say? Was it a relationship that made you question your worth? You can open your eyes now. That dream isn't dead. It's waiting for you to remember it, to reclaim it, to believe again that you're worthy of it. And when your self-esteem grows, when you stop waiting for permission and start choosing yourself, nothing can stop you. Let's talk about the people you allow into your life. Jung once said that our relationships are mirrors of our inner world. Every person you get close to reflects something back to you. The ones who uplift you show you your light. The ones who hurt you reveal the places where you still need healing. Each connection is an invitation to grow, to reflect, to become more aware. So choose wisely. Surround yourself with people who remind you of who you really are, not who you've had to become to survive. You deserve connections that nourish your soul, not ones that drain it. Relationships that reflect your strength, your value, your essence, not your wounds. And never forget, the most important relationship you'll ever have is the one you have with yourself. Make it the most honest, the most compassionate, the most courageous one. Because when that relationship is strong, everything else in your life starts to shift. You begin to live not from fear, but from power. Not from shame, but from truth. Not from emptiness, but from wholeness. And that's when the real magic begins. If you're constantly surrounded by people who dim your light, who make you feel small, unworthy, or invisible, let me tell you something important. That's not a coincidence. It's not just bad luck or an unfortunate pattern. It's a mirror, a reflection of how you've been treating yourself internally. The world outside of you often echoes the world within you. If you constantly criticize yourself, tolerate what hurts you, or settle for less than you deserve, life will bring you exactly that. But here's the beautiful part, the empowering part. You have the ability to change that reality. Yes, you do. You can decide right now, in this very moment, that from today forward, you will only allow people into your life who add to your light, who inspire you, who push you forward instead of holding you back. And let's get one thing clear. That's not selfishness. That's emotional survival. That's choosing your peace over the approval of others. That's learning to love yourself enough to protect your energy. It's choosing yourself, not because you're better than others, but because you finally realize that you're worthy of better. Have you ever met someone and instantly felt like you've known them forever? Like your souls recognized each other before your minds even caught up? That magical sensation where the conversation flows effortlessly and something inside whispers, This person is meant to be in your life. Carl Jung called those moments synchronicity, meaningful coincidences that seem to happen for a reason. Those magical alignments that make you believe the universe is, in fact, listening. But here's the truth. Synchronicity can't find you if you're still clinging to the wrong people, to relationships that drain you, or to versions of yourself that no longer reflect who you truly are. Let go. Just let go. When you release what no longer serves you, when you finally align with your truth, something shifts. Suddenly, the right connections start showing up. Friends who genuinely understand you, partners who truly see you, opportunities that feel like they were designed just for you. But it all starts with a single, courageous act. Releasing what you've been holding on to out of fear, habit, or obligation. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, what are you still carrying that no longer belongs to you? Is it a toxic relationship that constantly wounds your spirit? A job that suffocates your creativity and joy? A limiting belief planted long ago that says you're not good enough? Now imagine your life without those weights. Imagine waking up each morning with a sense of lightness, of excitement, of peace. Imagine opening your eyes and feeling aligned, like you're exactly where you're supposed to be. That's not some distant fantasy. That's what happens when you listen to your subconscious, when you stop betraying yourself to please others, when you finally give yourself the love, respect, and freedom you've always deserved. It's not about fixing everything overnight. It's about choosing every day to grow a little more, to heal a little deeper. When your self-esteem begins to rise, really rise, you start to feel unstoppable. Not because life becomes easier, but because you become stronger, more grounded, more connected to who you are at your core. Carl Jung didn't just leave us with theories or complex psychological maps. He gave us tools for transformation. And at the heart of it all, there's a simple yet powerful truth. When you learn to value yourself truly and deeply, you stop looking for validation in the wrong places. You stop letting the world decide your worth. You take the power back and place it where it belongs, within. Think about the darkest moments in your life. Those moments when everything felt like it was falling apart, when you felt broken, lost, shattered beyond repair. What happened after? I bet you discovered a strength inside you that you didn't even know existed. Jung believed those dark moments are not punishments. They're invitations. They're gifts disguised as chaos. Because it's in the pain, in the uncertainty, in the depths of despair, that we come face to face with our most authentic selves. And when you rise from that darkness, scarred maybe, but wiser, stronger, more compassionate, your self-worth becomes unshakable. Let's be honest, the world won't always celebrate you for being your true self. Some people will judge you. Others won't understand your journey. Some may even try to silence your voice or dim your light. But here's the secret Jung taught us. You don't need their approval. You never did. Your value doesn't come from them. It comes from within. And once you understand that, once you decide to love yourself, flaws, wounds, imperfections and all, the external noise fades into the background. It becomes just that, noise. You keep walking, because now you know who you are, and more importantly, what you deserve. You deserve relationships that nourish your soul, not ones that leave you feeling empty. You deserve dreams that ignite your passion, not fears that paralyze you. You deserve a life that makes you smile when you wake up in the morning, not one that has you counting the days until the weekend just to catch your breath. And all of that, every bit of it, begins with a choice. The choice to love yourself enough to let go of what hurts and to embrace what heals. So, take a breath, a deep one. Inhale the possibility of a new life. Now imagine your life 1 year from today. If you truly walk this path, if you choose yourself again and again, imagine waking up at peace, surrounded by people who see you, value you, love you for who you really are. Imagine chasing goals that don't just pay your bills, but light up your spirit. That's not a fantasy. That's what happens when you listen to your inner wisdom, when you follow the voice of your unconscious, when you treat your self-esteem not as a weakness to hide, but as your greatest superpower. Now, I want you to do something, not for me, but for you. For this moment we've shared. When this video ends, grab a piece of paper and write down 3 things. 1 relationship you need to release, 1 fear you need to face, and 1 dream you are finally ready to pursue. Don't overthink it. Just write whatever comes to mind first, and then make yourself a promise. Say it out loud or quietly in your heart. I will love myself enough to make this real. Because you, yes you, the one watching this, you have the power to change everything. This is my call to action for you. If something I said resonated with you, if even a small part of this message touched your heart or made you feel like it was meant for you, don't stay silent. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you felt, what you're ready to let go of, and what you're ready to chase with all your soul. Your words won't just inspire me. They'll inspire everyone who reads them. Because we are building something beautiful here. A community grounded in truth, healing, and growth. And if you believe someone else needs to hear this message, share it. Send it to that friend who's feeling lost, that person who needs a little push, that soul who's waiting for a sign. Because when you share this message, you're not just spreading words, you're awakening power in someone else. If you haven't already, subscribe. Turn on the bell, because this doesn't end here. Every video I upload is for you, for us, so we can keep growing together, so we can keep uncovering what it truly means to be alive. This channel isn't just mine. It belongs to all of us. And every time you like, comment, share, or show up, you're helping this message reach further, touch more lives, spark more transformations. Life is full of infinite possibilities, and you have the power to choose how you want to live it. Jung reminded us that it all begins within, that the answers we seek are already inside us, waiting to be heard. So today, I invite you to take that step. Listen to your voice, embrace your shadows, honor your essence. Because when you do that, when your self-worth rises, you start to realize that nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being part of this journey. I'll see you in the next video. And remember, change begins with you. And I'll be right here, walking beside you every step of the way. I'm waiting for you.